Hi, this is Felix from the Nuclear Blast Facebook page, and today I'm going to join the pre-listening session of the upcoming Grand Magus album, and afterwards I'm going to ask the guys your questions, the questions that you asked on our Facebook page, and if this turns out good, maybe we'll do it the next time for another band too. So let's see how this one works. Alright guys, we just listened to the album and I can tell you it's brilliant. The album's called Hunt and it's gonna hit stores end of May. But let's see what they have to answer to your questions. Let's go to the interview. Richard Clark is the first one to ask a question. And it is, why did it take so long to join Nuclear Blast? Since it is obvious you guys are well suited for them. What do you have to say to that?
Yeah, I agree, first of all. Secondly, you know, we were on an English label called Where's Above for many years, and we fulfilled the entire deal with them, which was 4 albums, I think. And the last album we did there was called Iron Will, and that was kind of a, more or less a breakthrough, you know, on a small scale. Album for us, and so when we became free, so to speak, there were many labels that talked to us, and at that time we decided to go with another label. Anyway, now seemed to be the perfect time, and I think we are both ready. I mean, both parties ready for doing this, so it feels really good, and you know, bright hopes.
On behalf of Nuclear Blast, welcome to the family.
Thank you very much.
Vielen Dank.
What is your first impression of Nuclear Blast?
It's very impressive. I mean, it's obvious that this is a company that has got a huge legacy, and they got everything together, and everything's, you know, really professional, and you can feel the metal, you know, in the walls, so it feels good.
So solid.
Solid, yeah, really solid.
Right, how was your pre-listening session? How did you experience it yourself?
It was very interesting because, I mean, for both me and Fox, it was the first time I actually heard the album.
Ah, nice.
So, yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, it's maybe I have to explain, this is the first interview slot after the pre-listening session, so you couldn't gather a lot of reactions yet. But yeah, I thought it was great, the album.
Cool.
Liked it very much. What are your plans concerning touring? I mean, you're gonna play the Metal Fest and UK, Ireland gigs with Aim in a Mouth and a headlining tour. Because I've gathered a couple of questions, for example by George Violator, who wants to know when you are going to visit Athens.
Oh, that's a brilliant name, by the way. Well, I mean, we're, you know, willing to go anywhere, and I think so far we've covered quite a lot of ground in Europe. We've been to Athens, but obviously we'd love to come back, and but you know, it's not really, and this is a business secret, you know, it's not really up to the band to decide where to go. There's so many factors involved, and you have a booking agency, and you know, there's obviously money involved and everything, but we want to go everywhere where people want us and where we can do a good show, you know.
Yeah, and this seems to be pretty much everywhere. Barney Brown, for example, has the same question, only he wants to know when you're coming down under, because you obviously have a lot of fans in Australia and New Zealand. Have you played down there somewhere?
No, not yet.
That would be great.
Yes.
And Italo as, I think that's his name actually, or her, waits for you to come to Brazil as well, as Jason Garm wants to see you in the US as on a headlining tour. He waits for you in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So yeah, I think we covered that now. Frank sent me an email, or Frankie, obviously was German. He wants to know how important is the Swedish tradition and the heathen or pagan culture to you personally?
I mean, I can only speak for myself, but to me it's extremely important. That's the common thread running through all the music that, you know, and all the lyrics. So for me it's really important, and it's something that I was, you know, something I grew up with. So it's really important, and most of all the you know, the connection to nature and the respect for you know, other living beings apart from human beings. You know.
It's the same for it's the same for me. It's not that I have to run around in strange clothes in the woods and stuff. I can run around in the woods and, you know, in my normal clothes. I like to be out in the woods and swim in the lakes and fish and that kind of stuff.
Nice. Samu Syria wants to know from JB how much conscious effort you put into your guitar solos when recording. Do you think things through or just wing it? Because he really likes your melodic and tasteful playing. It's icing, he says, on the already delicious GM cake.
Wow, thanks. Normally on the albums there is a plan, you know, because when you wing it, sometimes it works out, but normally you just end up playing the same licks that you know, and for me it's always been important that the guitar solo kind of enhances or follows, or, you know, is connected to the song rather than just being, you know, random licks being put together. So especially for this last album, The Hunt, that's coming out soon, I spent quite a lot of time on solos, you know, to make sure that they enhance the song rather than anything else.
Yeah, Samu, I can promise it's worth the wait. It's brilliant, the album. The solos are great. Definitely. Ludwig, maybe there's something you want to say to the fans as the new guy, or?
Yeah, I'm just really happy to be here, really. I mean, it's really cool because it's the first time I've joined a band. I was actually a fan of the band before I joined it. I mean, with Spiritual Vegas and Firebird, I was there from the start, you know, so yeah, just really happy to be here.
Cool. Nice. This is everything I could gather from the fans. Is there anything you want to tell them, or except for buy the album? It's great.
And the t-shirt.
And the t-shirt, of course.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think that people who are into metal, they're going to be the last people that are still going to be buying albums, and I think it's a sign of honor to do it, so go ahead.
So thank you, Grant Magus, for the interview.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And if you liked it, comment and like the video and share it with your friends.
Thanks for your support.
Alright guys, so much for the interview. I hope you're happy, and I was happy. And yeah, just keep fans of our Facebook page and keep your eyes open, because I think we can continue this with other bands too if you're interested. Please comment to this video and share it to all your friends, and stay metal.